Hi guys! Okay, so I've had a few messages on my Instagram about the animation that I put up on my feed. So it's the dinosaurs that come out of the goodie bag and do like a little twirl and they're on a loop. It's really easy to do. It's basically just images that I've animated on Photoshop using the timeline window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little video and I'll basically share it with you guys and hopefully it'll help and you can make some of your own animations. So I'm going to hop over to my computer and show you what to do. Okay, so I'm at my computer now. I've got the Photoshop file open here where my little dinosaur cards come out of the goodie bag. And all you need for this really is some layered photos. Okay, I'm going to show you how to set them up in another file here, but I just wanted to show you how to pop it together if you already know how to do your little layers. So basically all you need to do is you go into Window and then you just open the timeline. Okay, I've already got it open here, you can see it at the bottom here. So yeah, you just need to open that up, and what happens is a little icon comes up saying kind of create timeline, and you just press on that. And what it does is it actually has all of your images. So I've got quite a few images here. Try and get my cursor up. So yeah, I've got my 19 images. And what it does is it stacks them up just in a line on your timeline. And what I've done is I've just moved every single one of them just by a little bit. So they'll kind of be stacked like this, all of them like that. And then I just staggered them. And I've done that for all of them. As you can see, it was glitching a little bit. I've got too many windows open, I think. So yeah, and I've also trimmed them as well because they actually, because of the image file size, it comes out much bigger. So I've just neatened it up a little bit and trimmed them. So trimming them meaning I'll actually show you. I've popped the cursor like this and just moved them back. Otherwise it becomes a little bit messy. And then what you do is I'll put it back to the start so it goes to the first image. And I'm just going to show you the animation so you know what I'm talking about, if you haven't already seen it on Instagram. So yeah, they just wiggle up, the other one comes out, does a little twirl, lovely. And I've actually got it on a loop. So let me show you how to do that, because you can, it's pretty much set up to just stop once you've done your little run of images. And you just need to click the loop playback, and what it'll do is it'll just play them on a continual loop for you, okay? So basically that's pretty much all you need to do to create your animation file, okay? And what I'll do is I'll also show you how to export it, because it'll make a GIF. So what you go down to export, and then you go to save for web legacy. It takes a little minute to load up. It might take a while actually because I've got a ridiculous amount of tabs open here. So yeah, Beach Ball of Doom, lovely. So hopefully it won't take too long. While it's loading, what I can, oh no, okay, it's done it, fantastic, never mind. So what we do is we just make sure that you've got it on GIF. It should kind of pop up with that initially anyway. And then everything, make sure it's perceptual with diffusion. I think diffusion's already there, but I put perceptual on. Make sure it's convert to sRGB, so obviously it's the proper colours for the web. The image size, keep an eye on that one because this one's massive, and I actually changed the image size when I exported it. So you can put it down to like, I don't know, 1000 pixels or 600 pixels, and basically so that it plays and loads much faster. And the next thing as well is the looping options. So if you play it once looped, then it just plays it once and then loops once, obviously. But then with this one, it just keeps on going. So like a GIF, it just repeats. And you can also, to make sure that it is working, you can press preview. And what that does is it, actually, I wonder if I can just do it just now actually. So press preview, it should load up in one of your kind of Internet Explorers. It'll come up in Google Chrome for me. It'll take a little minute to do that. But anyway, so it should pop up with a little internet window, and that will basically be your preview to make sure that it's working online. And then what you can just do, lovely. It's even giving me time to explain it. Isn't that just nice timing? Okay, so as you can see, it's massive because I've not changed the resolution of it, and it's doing the loop forever. So I can see, okay, that's working. It's massive, so I'd need to resize it, but that's pretty cool. So that's working visually on the internet. So I can then just save it. I'm not going to save it because it'll take forever to load because of the massive size of it. So you can save it. I'm just going to close this down to pretend that I've saved it, okay? Here we go. Cancel. Let's have a little look on the desktop. So yeah, basically it's been saved to my desktop here as a GIF, okay? And then you can also save it as an MP4. I might as well just show you how to do that as well, actually. Just so you've got all of the info. So what you need to do for that one to save to an MP4 is... Oh, I just need to remember where to... Yeah, okay, export. Completely forgot what it was there. So you go to render video. So this is for MP4, so if you want to upload it to Instagram and, you know, Facebook and all that kind of jazz, you can change the name of it because this will just be the file name. And let's have a little look. You can change the size of it. I changed the size of it when I rendered it earlier for Instagram. And you can also change the frames per second. I didn't bother. I just kept the original settings basically and just made the file size a bit smaller. So when you do render, I'm not going to press it, but what happens is you then get an MP4. And this is the MP4. I don't know if you can see it. That's just the little mini one. Let's see if it works. There we go. So you can see it working, and that should work on, when I play, of course. Yeah, there we go. So that should work on Instagram, and I actually uploaded that this morning, so it worked nicely, which is awesome. What I wanted to show you is, I'm trying to get my cursor back. My fingers aren't working this morning. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go back in case you didn't know how to set up the images in the first place. So that was just previously how to do your animation. So basically this is a different file that I've created, and this is just the images. So the images 1 to 10. So this is just the T-Rex coming out. And what I've done, I'm going to show you each layer just so it's kind of, you know how I've done it. It's pretty simple. So I've created a couple of images so that the card goes inside the bag. If you want me to do a little video on that, I can do that later, but I won't add it into this one. And then I've just moved the little card as a layer. And what I'm doing now is adding on the little, like making them visible. And I've just wiggled them out ever so slightly, each layer, so that when they all go together, obviously they move like a little GIF. And I've just used Command T, so transforming, to just change the positioning of the card. So I've kind of wiggled it out, as you can see here. I'm on to my 7th layer, so it takes quite a few layers to get the movement. Onto the next one, I've literally just drag and dropped, transformed it. So that's the last layer. I've not created a little video. It's also got a little timeline here. I'll see if it works on this one actually. Put it back to the start. Let's have a wee go, see if it works. So this should just, yeah, this is just the little T-Rex one on its own. So that's like a little mini one that I started with. So basically, that is how to do a little animation. If there's any questions, give me a shout. I might pop this on YouTube maybe, but I just wanted to see if it could help anyone. And something just dropped over there, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so yeah, if you've liked it, awesome. Hope it's helpful, and I'd love to see, you know, some animations popping up. I'm Kim from Totem. Come say hello, and if you've got any questions, drop me some questions too. Have an awesome day.